Hi! Today we have here a very special device from Infiray, the Jerry C CE2. This type of thermal imager is also called ECOT, that stands for Enhanced Clip-on Thermal Imagers. What this does is basically gives the thermal image capability overlay to a night vision device. So let's see what's in the box. As you can see, it comes in a very nice, very tough box that can survive impact. The box itself has IP67 rating. Inside we will find a quick start guide and the product certificate. And deeper there, we're going to find the unit and the accessories itself. The CE2 basically stands for the external battery version. There is a C2 version as well that is basically have a built-in battery, but it doesn't come straight from the factory with the external battery bank. The C2 basically can use a 18650 battery or another type of battery, a smaller one. This one is using two pieces of 18650 type of batteries. Let's take out and have a closer look at it from every angle. There is a protective cup that you can fold aside. Here comes also a protective silicone, hard silicone protector basically for the projector itself that will project the thermal image over the night vision lens. It's very nice. You have here the connector for the external battery, and also basically this could work with another type of cable that is not included, and I don't even know where to get that cable from, that's basically able to put out a PAL image to external monitor or external screen. I don't know, I never seen that cable before. It has the thermal lens and the light sensor that basically regulates the brightness based on the external light conditions. So let's put this aside for now. We will find one. This is the installation ring that goes over the front of the night vision goggle. There is a reducer for another type of smaller type. So let's take a look at the battery pack. The battery pack is able to house 2 times 18650 type batteries. It's even indicated on the side, as you can see. It has a removable Velcro mounting solution, like a Velcro tape, but you can remove this. This goes in the back of the helmets. What I'm going to use with this is this type of 18650 batteries. These two batteries are basically salvaged from an old, cheap, not even branded power tool battery pack, a 20 volt, 2 ampere battery pack. If you don't know where to buy them, this type of batteries, I prefer salvaging them from cheap battery banks because comes out in total comes out much cheaper, and the battery cells in those packs, even though they are unbranded, they are always good quality. Sometimes better quality than the commercially available. You buy them in a store, individually packaged 18650 batteries, and this also the correct size because there are batteries that has a circuit protection, an extra circuit protection on like both sides is extending the length of these batteries, and that's not gonna fit. But this type of battery is going to fit perfectly. Very easy to remove the battery pack, the battery covers. All have gasket around it. The plus going down, Just drop them in. Put the cap back on. And as you can see, nicely goes down until the bottom completely screws on, as it should with this type of batteries. There is a power on button that is basically turning on the battery pack to power on the device as well. And here you find the other side of that type of cable. This is the actual cable for it. It's a very good cable and it's very secure to mount. On the side of the cable there you find a white dot, and here in the battery you also find a white spot. The white dot needs to match the alignment. It has to be on the same side front of each other. When you want to take out the cable, never force like this, because it's not going to come out. It has a safety. You have to hold the cable to take out here, because if you pull it here, it's not going to come. It's just getting tighter and tighter. But if you pull it here, it comes out very easy. Same goes for the side of the camera itself. You will find there a white dot, and again connect with the other side of the white dot to face each other. That's the only way to connect it. Let's take a look at the specification. So here you can see the two different models with each two different variants, but we are going to focus on the CE2 in here. So the resolution is 384 by 288, 12 micron pixel size. These have a 20 degree field of view. It's covering, the projection is covering 50% of the view on the night vision. Display mode, white hot, the highlight mode and the outline mode. Function normal, on or breathing. They both all have auto brightness, auto shutter correction. In the C2 and C5 series, it can use the 335 battery or 18650 type of batteries, all lithium 3.7 volt. The CE2 only uses 18615 type of battery. Says battery life, the 17335 battery gives, I think there is an error in the description here because it's saying 3 hours with the 17335, which is smaller than the 18650. So that's probably referring to the 18650 instead, and this is saying 2 hours with the 17335 batteries, but that's a little incorrect. I think that 17335 gives like one and a half hour and 2.5 hour battery life with the 18650. But the CE2 have the independent battery compartment that uses two 18615. It's the 12 to 10 hours is about the correct time of battery life in that. Data interface supports, I have not seen the cable yet for it, also supports 3 volt battery saying, or 3.7 volt batteries. I think that's more likely the C2 and C5, but I don't know. The water resistance rating is IP67. Water and dust resistance rating is IP67. The C2 and C5 is 110 gram without the battery compartment, without the external battery, and the CE2, CE5 is 78 gram without the battery pack and cable, which is about matching what I was measuring. I measured completely all together. The CE2 with the battery compartment loaded with 2 batteries is about 339 grams. Also, let's not forget, if you buy it straight from Infiray, you will get also an additional eyepiece. The eyepiece is basically allowing you to install the CE2 or the C2 without a night vision device, to be a standalone thermal imager and spotter. Has the diopter adjustment here, removable soft silicone eye cap. The construction is all metal, it's very nice. If installing it, just put the O-ring inside here. With this, like this, you can adjust the distance to make sure it's tight enough, you can release, or you can tighten this little screw here. Now the adapter is on. Then you just take the CE2 and just slide it in here until it clicks. And as you can see, the end of the eyepiece is connecting the projector. And now you basically have a standalone thermal imager. You don't need to use necessarily with a night vision device. The package also comes with 2 additional rings. This is a larger one, and this is basically exactly the same size than the size comes in the box. Thing is that you don't get this eyepiece if you buy it from dealers, because in US the dealers are not gonna give you the eyepiece. They try to sell the eyepiece almost around $200 as an additional. If you buy it from Infiray, you get it at a lower price, and you also get the eyepiece and the rings included. So I recommend you buy it through AliExpress from Infiray, from the Infiray official store. They are the dealers for this, and they will definitely able to get this to you, to US or anywhere, it's nice and safely without any problem. Removing it is also very simple. You just have to press this. This is a latch. You press this and you just slide it off, and that's it. It's removed. Releasing it from here, just release this, comes out, that's it. And you can storage your eyepiece. The CE2 and all these ecotis are designed for PVS 14 night vision devices. I don't have PVS 14 night vision device. What I'm going to use is a PVS 7. You say I cannot install it on this? Watch me.
Vegeta! Fusion! Ah!
This is a Gen 2 Plus Lunos. I'm going to put up a video separately about this because this is kind of an interesting night vision goggle and very rare. I had to cut a few slices off of a plastic tube to create a reductor to the inner side of the installation ring. Now what I'm going to do is just put these plastic reductors inside the ring, just like that. And now I have the perfect size to put it on the lens, which I'm just going to slide over the lens, just like that. And the installation ring is now there perfectly. Make sure that it also stays there. Adjusting this is very easy. Just have to tie this. And just like that, nicely installed, strong and secure there. First, let's install this. And there we have it. It's nicely installed, connected to the lens. Let's do some test with it, shall we? So here in the upper left corner you can see the original light conditions, and in the middle you will see the night vision image. So let's start this. As it turns on immediately, you can see I left on the floor there 2 pots with hot water, warm water, so you can see it's highlighting it precisely. And that is without any prior calibration on that. Because of the good sensitivity, I even leave the mark of my palm on the wall, and it's going to stay there until gradually evaporating the heat. As can be seen here, the outline mode works perfectly on small objects as well. It's going to outline everything that has a certain level of temperature, so you're not going to miss anything. When you see these little glitches, it's because of the sensor that calibrates. But it's only just for a fraction of a second, and then it's back. Let's take a look at the menu for a second. Here, the very important is the roll, which is right now is on 0, but that's if you want to turn the menu itself. It's not going to turn the thermal image, it's just turning the menu. The mode is also important. Right now it's set to clip on, that's the clip on mode, for example. But when you want to use the external eyepiece, just to use it as a thermal standalone, then you have to change that to another mode, which is in that menu there. As you can see, it's sensitive enough to see even fresh footprints as well. Here we can see how nicely it does the thermal overlay works. It's like absolutely perfectly on the subject. Now let's see a little bit of the outline mode. As you can see, the outline mode is outlining, is showing the outer lines, the outer edges of the thermal image. But as you can see, it works perfectly and very accurate. Now here comes a little bit of outside. This is just to show what are the outside light conditions are. So let's begin with the outline mode. It's going to again showing the outer edges of every heat spot. And then here is some full thermal image overlay. It's not a highlight. Not so easy to record with a mobile phone, so it's a little wobbling. There is also a hidden menu that allows you to adjust the thermal overlay so if it's a little bit off from the real image. All you have to do is set the brightness between 85 and 90 and press and hold the menu button. That will open you the hidden menu, and with the 4 directional arrows you can adjust the thermal overlay to the direction that makes you synchronize it with the real image properly. And this is how it looks when you only attach the eyepiece without the night vision device. I think the image is going to speak for themselves. I'm just gonna let you watch it. So this ECOT solution is a very fun little solution. It's a fun device to use. If you're doing airsoft and you also have a night vision device, it might worth investing into this one, and gives you a huge advantage over the others who doesn't have thermal, any kind of thermal camera solution in airsoft, or just nighttime hunting, or things like that. You can use it very well. I hope you like this video. I'm going to put up a separate video about this PVS 7 night vision goggle. See you in the next one.